Hi. Tonight we're making blueberry coconut clove scones. And I have all the ingredients here, and I started mixing them, and then we decided to do a video. So some of them I have measured out again. And we have 1.5 cups of spelt flour and 1 cup of whole wheat pastry flour. And then we have 1/4 cup plus 3 tablespoons of almond milk and 1/3 cup sugar and 1/3 cup of unsweetened coconut. And some of it I had already toasted because we're going to make, we're going to dinner tomorrow night with our friends. And so I'm making 2 desserts. We're making 2 desserts for tomorrow night. Some really, really good brownies that I made at like 5 a.m. this morning to take to school. And so half of the coconut is toasted and half of it isn't. And either way, it's really good. Half a teaspoon of salt and 1 tablespoon of baking powder, 2 teaspoons of vanilla, 2 tablespoons of honey. And then after the scones are done and they come out, 7 tablespoons of cut up unsalted butter. And this is cold, so I'm gonna get like a move on. And half a teaspoon of ground clove. And then after they come out of the oven, we melt this, and it's half a tablespoon of butter, and it's a dash. It's like about equivalent to 1/4 teaspoon of cinnamon. And I melt this, and then...
Is this guy part of the ingredients?
Of course he is. He's helping us. This is Mousy. He's helping us. And so we melt this and then kind of brush these on the scones and then sprinkle the turbinado sugar on top. And they come out like really rusticy looking and earthy and yummy and delicious.
I'll have to say they make a perfect afternoon snack with a cup of tea.
Oh, is that, well, that's what you were drinking was tea because you were sick?
Yeah, I've been switching to tea in the afternoons instead of coffee. But yeah, perfect little 3 o'clock afternoon snack and pick me up with tea.
Afternoon delight.
So British, tea time.
Yeah. Did you have a little sandwich with like crust cut off and tea time, high tea?
No.
No.
It's scones.
Scones.
Like you just said.
Okay. Back to the scones, or we were at the scones.
So in here is already the...
This, I better take these out before I forget. So this is already in here. This is already in here. Salt is already in here, and baking powder is already in here. So now I'm gonna put the sugar in here, and I'm gonna put the clove in here. Yeah, clove is so yummy. And then I'm gonna mix this all up in here. And then I'm done. I'm gonna cut this butter into here. Actually, what I'm gonna do first is I made this bowl big because I wanna put this vanilla in here. Just kind of pour it all in here. And then put the honey in here too. When I was first making these, I thought, is this honey gonna weigh these down? Because scones are so light and everything. And I was a little bit hesitant about it because I just wanted the honey to like flavor them. And it didn't. It made them, they were still like crumbly and light, but they were like soft and crumbly in the middle, and just really just yummy. So I'm gonna mix this up in here, and then we're gonna take this butter, and it's everything, it's like whoop, whoop.
Runaway butter.
Yeah. So it's like pie crust. Like you want all of your ingredients cold. Like your almond milk, in fact, I should get going while I'm talking. You want all of your ingredients. It's like making pie crust. You want them cold, cold, cold. And so cold that I put my almond milk in the freezer like I do like water, you know? Come on, sucker. And we like froze it. And so
Took a little too much time doing the prep work.
yeah. So if you don't have this is a pastry cutter. If you don't have a pastry cutter, you can use 2 knives and do this. And you know, I've done this with a food processor and I didn't like the results as much as using a pastry cutter. Just kind of cutting the butter into it. And so we're just gonna get this butter into the flours. And spelt flour and whole wheat pastry flour, they are like they're delicate flours, so they make the scones like lighter and
a delicate flour.
they're delicate these. Yeah. And I should probably be putting my finger on this little, it's there for a reason, right? So I'm gonna cut this all in until these are like you can see how big the pieces of butter are in here. They're like kind of hunks. Sometimes you get like a bigger hunk. And then, you know, it's kind of it's like with pie dough. Like and I don't turn the oven on. I should finish that thought. I do that a lot, where I kind of just like start one and then I jump to something else. It's like with pie dough. Like you add, like I don't want to put like exactly how much almond milk I use, because it's like with adding the liquid, it's gonna be like a feel. Sometimes it's gonna be a little bit more or less, meaning, you know, just a little bit more or less. So we're gonna start adding some. I'm gonna get like this. I'm gonna add majority of it in here. Get the honey. And then I flip over the dry on top of the wet just to. And we're gonna want it like crumbly, but it's like when you squeeze it, you want it to come together and be.
You want it to kind of stick together, but still a little crumbly.
See,
you don't want to like a pie dough, really.
See, we've been learning Spanish. We've been doing Duolingo. ¿Cómo se dice scone en español? Yo no sé.
Haven't gone to that part. That must be level 30 or something.
Yeah. So it's just time to get your hands in there. Did I wash my hands? Well, we'll see. Of course I wash my hands. Staying alive, staying alive. Do, 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 do. Yes, I lost my ring last week. And so
let's make sure we're keeping track of that this time.
Okay, so this is like coming together, but we still have, I'm gonna put it all in because we still have coconut, and I almost dropped the whole bowl in there.
So you didn't want to put it all in at once because you want to really test the consistency.
Yeah,
not get it too sticky, too wet.
Well, I mean, I tested this for, you know, we've made these before, so we know what it is, and so I would advise that, like, probably, I'm not gonna put on the, I would advise to keep these ingredients separate, so that you can, I'm gonna advise to keep the almond milk separate, because if you're making these in a different place, it would be probably a really good idea to keep the almond milk separate so that you can see how some of it's toasted and some of it's not. It's okay, like if you toast it or don't toast it. You don't want to handle the dough. I'm handling it too much for my liking. So I'm gonna stop handling it. That's another thing. You don't want to overwork the dough. When you overwork the dough, you just don't want to touch it too much. So I'm gonna stop doing that. Oh, shoot. See, we just like used just enough blueberries, and I wanted to like stud the tops of them, honey. We like are on our way to the store after this.
We want to just put a couple aside to use for studding. You got three
there.
On there. Yeah, just pull some out.
Okay. We're on our way to the store because we're gonna make another video for those brownies tonight.
And what kind of brownies are those?
Ooh.
Just as a little teaser?
They are, stop touching the dough, woman. I'm gonna stop touching the dough. Stop touching the dough. Ugh. Most of the time, if I'm making these for the first time, I taste the dough to make sure it's like really good if I'm making these for the first time, because that's a chance I can add more stuff. If I don't like exactly, I just plopped it over all that stuff. Put a little flour on here. If I'm making things for the first time, I test the dough every time I make cookies or anything towards the end to see if I want to add more like clove, or see if I want to add more anything, just to make sure that it's to your liking, because that's your chance before you put it in. And remember the times when we've tested the dough and we're like, wait a second, I forgot to add
We forgot something. Yeah. Why are these not sweet whatsoever? Oh, did you put the sugar? I thought you put the sugar.
We double team up on these recipes, and then lo and behold, so we get this to like what, 8 inches around, and that's about, I don't know, you're the engineer. I mean, what do you think? Maybe not. That's probably, I'm touching the dough.
It's a little more than 8 inch, but
it's more than 8 inches?
I believe so.
I don't think so. But that's just me. Uh-oh. Here comes the ruler. Every kitchen has a kitchen ruler.
Oh, it is 8 inches.
Oh. Okay. So is that about round? So, where's it? Oh, honey, I need my pan. That's okay. I'll get it. You just stay right there. Okay. So then we've been making our scones in like square shape, but we're gonna make them in traditional shape. Is this in the middle? Traditional scone shape. This time. And yipe.
Are you gonna do, how many
this.
pieces are you gonna do?
8.
So, well, I probably would have done a X first and then done the other. That's all right.
Is this okay? Okay, something just happened.
Well, yeah, you should have.
Yo. It's all good. in the hotter hood.
It's all right, yeah, and then just cut that one. They'll be just various sizes.
What's wrong? What's wrong?
Well, you just look at that size versus that size.
Oh.
If you do just an X and then you can cut it.
An X?
Or a T or whatever.
Wait, what happened? There's my blueberries. And then it's like chocolate chip cookies when you stud the top and you like make them look, you know, like, oh, that just happened naturally. That blueberries appeared on the top. But no, it didn't happen naturally. And so you kind of just put them in there. We left a little too many out. Wait. Oh, this one got a little mushy. Okay, now that's just making a mess. We'll take some of that one out. I think I should stop. Okay, so, and
one
then...
more on that one?
Yeah?
Just that one that only has the one?
Okay.
You got one more.
It's pretty big. We'll put it like right here so that it looks like... Oh yeah, that went where... Oh hell, we'll just put this one in here. It's gonna pop. Okay, that looks good. Okay, so now I'm gonna wash my hands real quick. I mean, pseudo wash my hands. We're doing laundry. I can just kind of do that. And then entertain the people. Entertain, honey. Do a little dance. And then we're going to put these on here. Put them in refrigerated, and I've put them in, last time was the first time I put them in, just threw them in, and it was okay. So, I don't know. They came out really good. So I think you can go both ways. I mean, I don't think we had them out too long last time. I think if you have them out for a longer time than we've had them out, and your ingredients were not cold, like before you started, I would definitely put them in the refrigerator, at least 10 minutes. But these ones we haven't had out too long, but I purposefully didn't preheat the oven because I wanted the kitchen to be cold. And I don't like that those are going the same way. You want to give them space to expand a little bit.
And you're cooking these on your Silpat.
Mm-hmm. And if you don't have a Silpat, then just go ahead and like give it a light little grease. And I think you just want them to be like golden on top, and then once they come out, right when they come out, then I have this melted, and then I use them, sprinkle them with the turbinado. Okay. And then I use like this little brush, or this one actually works better. Okay. So I'm gonna use this one. And then that's about it. And then we're gonna come back with brownies. And thank you.